Even though Queen Charlotte is frantically trying to find a legitimate heir to the British throne, the Netflix series never explicitly states who will succeed her. As a follow-up to Netflix's Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte depicts Queen Charlotte's early life and how she came to be known as the renowned Bridgerton character she is today. Although the Netflix series' present timeline depicts the Queen's desperation to find an heir to the throne following the death of her granddaughter, Princess Charlotte, who passed away due to complications with childbirth, Queen Charlotte's past timeline depicts the early years of Queen Charlotte and King George III's marriage. A major chunk of Queen Charlotte is devoted to the children of Queen Charlotte and King George and their lack of heirs. The Netflix series, however, never completely explores the crown's line of succession, leaving the subject of who succeeds Prince George as successor to the throne in Queen Charlotte relatively unsolved. Fortunately, the historical narrative of Queen Charlotte's ancestors can assist fill in the plot holes and provide a glimpse into the British monarchy's future in Bridgerton. While the Netflix series is set during King George III's reign, Queen Charlotte demonstrates that Prince George is already in power. Due to King George III's illness, Prince George assumes the role of Prince Regent, giving him authority in place of his father. The Prince Regent has the last say when he approves Queen Charlotte's decisions, despite the fact that the title Bridgerton persona appears to be in charge and makes attempts to arrange marriages for her children. The line of succession is beginning to take shape in Queen Charlotte as a result of George IV's position as Prince Regent. The future King George IV was formally crowned Prince Regent in 1811 as a result of his father's worsening mental health problems. Prince George held the position of Prince Regent up to the death of King George III in 1820, when he succeeded to the throne as King George IV. King George IV had been the regent for nearly 10 years at the time of his accession. Thus, even though he was now the new King of England, there were no significant changes to his authority. The events of the Netflix series are set in the middle of Prince George's regency because Queen Charlotte's current timeline takes place around 1815. The first episode of Queen Charlotte begins with the death of Princess Charlotte, the granddaughter of the King and Queen, which sparks an heir dilemma. King George IV only had one daughter, Princess Charlotte, and died childless in 1830. The line of succession for the British monarchy was a little clearer in actual life than it was in Queen Charlotte, despite the fact that Queen Charlotte's inability to find an heir is a major plot point in the Bridgerton offshoot Queen Charlotte. King George IV's next oldest brother would inherit the throne because he had no children left when he passed away in 1830. Prince William, the third oldest son of King George III and Queen Charlotte, succeeded to the throne after the death of Prince Frederick, the couple's second son, in 1827. Queen Charlotte's efforts to find an heir paid off because King William IV reigned from 1830 until his death in 1837, following which the next generation of the British royal family took the throne. The announcement that Prince Edward and Princess Victoria are having a child concludes Queen Charlotte's search for a legitimate heir to the throne. Princess Victoria believes the unborn child will be a girl, and Prince Edward informs Queen Charlotte of this. Queen Charlotte answers, "A strong queen is just what this country needs." This scene establishes the reign of Queen Victoria, the daughter of Prince Edward and Princess Victoria, who would go on to hold the title of longest reigning queen until Queen Elizabeth II. After the death of her uncle, King William IV, Queen Victoria would eventually take the throne in real life in 1837. Given the first season of Queen Charlotte's timeline, it seems unlikely that either Bridgerton or the main series will actually go all the way to Queen Victoria's coronation. However, Queen Charlotte's Queen Victoria tease implies that the British monarchy is assured a place in the Bridgerton cosmology.